Okay, day 3, we're gonna change up the pace a little bit more to what I was kind of thinking with the workout. So I'm gonna chug this lager. Just got done doing some jiu-jitsu, need some carbs. So let's get that done. All right, now that we have our pre-workout fuel, what I really want to do is start I'm going to set the timer today instead of counting by breaths or reps or anything like that. Although I am going to try and get 100 push-ups, 100 squats. I don't know how the squats are going to go. But I want to be able to just kind of talk out thoughts. You know, when I run, I try and think about just random stuff to take my mind off running. And the idea with this workout, some of it you got to focus on, like the push-ups. You're not going to be able to talk too much or think about anything else. But for most of this, I think you'll be able to talk through it a little bit and just let your mind wander while you get the work done. So I'm going to start the timer. We're going to start in down dog, and we'll see how it works out. All right, just gonna hold down dog for 1.5 minutes. So with this one, it's like a pike. I don't know if that means anything to you or not, but you can see what I'm doing. Put your butt way up in the air, try and curl your tailbone up, and let it stretch through your chest, through your calves, and try and touch your heels to the mat. A lot of people start way up high. And as you get more flexible, you'll be able to touch your heels to the mat. And it's going to burn, it's going to pull. But the more you can do that, the better the stretch you're going to get. So this is just a warm-up stretch. This is where you want to just let your mind start to wander. Like for me, when I'm jogging, I think about, like if a bear pops out of the woods, and I have to fight it. How would I fight it? I know jiu-jitsu, and bears are human-like. You know, they have necks and stuff. But I don't think I could choke them. Maybe if I could get to the back, I could choke it. But it has claws and fangs, and it's a lot bigger and stronger. So I doubt it's going to let me get to its back. But if it did, maybe I could put like a rear naked choke on it. But honestly, I'm not even that good at rear naked chokes on normal people, let alone bears. All right, 30 seconds rest here. Next, we're just gonna lay down and spin the legs out. Just get the hips loosened up, the legs moving a little bit. I just did, an hour or 2 hours of jiu-jitsu or so I'm pretty loose, but follow along, and you can't go wrong with stretching out and loosening it up. 10 seconds here. I think 1 beer before training is not a bad idea. I've read about it. Some people say it's a good idea. You definitely don't want to sit down and chug like slam a 6-pack or something, but probably get away with 1. It definitely is a source of carbs. So if you're fighting a bear, you got to avoid the claws. I mean, I've seen the movie The Revenant, or Reverent, or whatever. What is it, Leonardo DiCaprio? He pulled it off. It's not going to work out that way for most people, though. The one thing is, I run with a weight vest on. When I have my weight vest, the other day I was running and I tripped and I fell. And as I was falling, my weight vest, it's just Velcro. So it's filled, it's like this vest that I wear, it's filled with these little metal ingots, and it's Velcroed onto my chest. So as I was falling, the Velcro ripped and the metal ingots swung up and hit me in the face. It gave me a bloody lip. But I was thinking, hey, if a bear's attacking me, I'll probably take this thing off real quick, start swinging it around like a mace, maybe hit the bear in the face with it. I don't know. It's probably the best shot I have. It wouldn't work as body armor, though. I've determined that, because it doesn't cover that much space on my chest. So I'd probably be better off using it as a weapon to swing around and hit the bear. I've also wondered what would happen if I was running and somebody, all right, I'll rest. If I'm running you know, when somebody's driving or whatever, sees me out running, and they see like a bear running out of the woods at me, you know, what would they do? Would they try and hit the bear with their car, or would they stop? Maybe they have a gun, they're gonna shoot the bear, or would they just, you know, like blow their horn or whatever and be like, hey man, you know, like there's a bear coming, you're gonna have to figure that one out. I don't know. All right, now we're gonna do break falls into a get up. We're not gonna get the whole way up, and we're not gonna completely break fall like the way, because we're not really trying to. I guess we could do the break fall. The main thing here is I want you to swing up so that you could get up, you know, but use your momentum, your core, to bring you up. Some of these things are going to be more dynamic, more movement, and you're not going to get to hear too many of my theories about fighting wildlife. But don't worry, there'll be plenty of time for that, because I'm doing this every day, and once in a while I have some friends come in, train, you know, get some different perspectives on things. Maybe do some different circuits, you know, because this is my circuit. I like it. There's definitely other ways to do things. Main thing is keep it moving, stay consistent, get it in every day, and just make it as smooth as possible. You know, let your mind flow with these things. You don't want to, with what we were just doing, you know, you don't need to focus too much on it. You just keep moving, keep it going. Next, we're gonna do plow reps. So you'll see, but I've done the plow pros before. This one's dynamic, you know, in and out. Just doing reps. If you're not ready for reps, then just try and get into the pose. Like if you can't hold the pose completely on its own yet, maybe just hold the pose for right now. But when you're ready, do reps. So, get one good breath in there. Come up. Good breath. You gotta get really good and comfortable in this position, especially for jiu-jitsu. Because guys, we'll try and put you in this position. It's called stacking. They'll try and stack you and make you give up something that you're trying to do to them by making you uncomfortable. So make friends with this position, get nice and comfortable with it, and take that away from them. The other day, I was running by the river. I started thinking about how the river is kind of like the lifeblood of the earth, and that's been a common thing people have said before. You know, they notice how like cities are all built up on the banks of the rivers and stuff. All right, but I started really seeing what comparisons could be made. You know, like your blood carries protein to the muscles and stuff, right? And like the river carries fish, you know, to the shores, and fish are protein. People take the protein, and there's things in your body that in your muscle, the little inside the cells, you know, there's little things running around, organelles or whatever they're called, and there that snatch the protein up out of the blood and take it, just like people walk down to the river. All right, push-ups. Time for a try hard set. I want 100 of these. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 80. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Ah! 100. Whew. All right. Next, we're gonna do hip thrust. That's a little bit easier. Almost supposed to be like a break, but you're still getting work in. Okay. Hip thrust. Just a good squeeze at the top. Push it up as hard as you can. Feel it in your ass. Feel it in your butt. Feel it in your back. A little bit down your hamstrings towards your knees. But just get that good squeeze. Stable, solid squeeze there. I've got more to say about that river though. But I need a second to catch my breath. I just did 100 push-ups. So, you know, your muscle, the blood brings nutrients and minerals, vitamins and minerals to your muscle. And, you know, people, I don't know, I have like this picture, Egypt. You know, I think about Egypt because they talk about like the Tigris and the Euphrates or whatever, and how the shore of those rivers shifted like 20 miles over the past 1,000 years or whatever it was. And they could see how as it shifted, there was like a city near where the shore used to be. And then as it shifted, the city became like abandoned. And now the city's on the new shore or something like that. Right? I don't know exactly what it is, but it's an interesting thought. You know, it's an interesting idea. So, but you got people just walking up the river, grabbing fish out of the river, get some protein. And even drinking the water, you know, drinking that river water, you're getting some vitamins and minerals and stuff. And plants are growing, they're pulling the vitamins out of the ground, you're eating them. They wouldn't be growing if there wasn't a river there. So, but then also, like, what do people do, right? They build stuff. All right, next, side plank. This is going to be a hard set. So, we're going to do hip raises for the first 45 seconds this way, and then, we're going to do these the whole time. But people build things, right, on the shores of the river, and like, what do they say you do? You build muscle. So, the blood brings nutrients to the muscle shores, whatever, and then your body has these little organelles that come out and snatch up the nutrients and build stuff, just like people in Egypt run up to the river, eat some fish, build a pyramid or two, whatever. It's like 5 pyramids. There's just a lot of fun little comparisons to me. You know, for some of this stuff, it's good to like paint a crazy little picture in your head and just let your mind wander. Think about Egypt, picture the pyramids and stuff. For some of these things, you just gotta focus. It's time to focus real quick here. Although I have ADD, so my focus doesn't last too long. As long as the work gets done, because that's all that matters. Halfway through. Let it burn. 20 seconds, come on. Finish it. We're gonna do a little down dog stretch for the next one, and then get some more abs, a little bit more abs in. Not down dog, child's pose. We're gonna do a little child's pose stretch here. All right. There's a good chance to recover. Nice, good recovery. Here. Just think about all the work. If you've been following with me, think about all the work you've already done. This is the 9th round. That's some work. Over halfway through this thing. Feeling good. Not gonna lie. Oh. This next exercise, you do this with me every day. And this next exercise, this will be your Everest or whatever to overcome each day. This next one's the toughest, the hard part. One that'll make you want to fail and cry. So it's up to you if you're gonna win or not. Okay, 30 seconds. But like, if Egypt was born out of the river, does that mean that the earth is like living? Because a lot of people say that it kind of is. And then the rivers and stuff would be like it's blood, it's blood vessels or whatever. All right, time to work. Try and make your chest face the ground on each one. Try not to let your knees bend until you have to. And you're gonna have to. But the longer that you can keep them straight, the better. But it's a minute and a half. So pace yourself. You gotta want it, or else you're gonna fail. Maybe if you do want it, you're probably gonna fail a lot more times than you succeed. You just gotta keep wanting it. I don't know what else to tell you. Okay, bend the knees. Woo! You're gonna fail sometimes. That's not what's important. You don't need to do it perfectly, you just need to do it consistently. Nothing is more important than that consistency. Effort is the cherry on top, the whipped cream, the consistency. That's the meat and potatoes of it. Whoa. Meat and potatoes and cherry. I guess maybe like a dessert, yeah. A little whipped cream and cherry after you eat some steak and fucking home fries. Good. Maybe I should go get some potatoes. I've been trying to do this carnivore thing. Not 100% carnivore, but my last meal of the day, it's like a half a pound of sirloin and a half a pound of chicken breast. It'd be nice to throw in a potato, but I'd like to see what this carnivore stuff has to offer. All right, 30 seconds. Woo. Gonna do a little Sphinx pose here, and then a little try hard set. Sphinx pose first. Maybe that's why I was thinking about Egypt. Yeah, Sphinx pose. I love this one. Half the time I get a crack in my back. Oh, there it is. Whew. This other really fun thought that I've been visualizing for a little while, seeing in my head while I'm running or whatever, you know, working out. So like, they say that if a meteor was coming to Earth, right? There's a meteor coming, we gotta do something. You know, one of the ideas is like do like a gravity tow with it, right? And they throw up some satellites or whatever. The gravity from the satellites nudges it over the course of like 10 years. They could nudge it just far enough, you know, the degrees open up over a whole bunch of time, I guess, or whatever. And it nudges it out of the orbit of the Earth. So that's not gonna hit, right? All right, so now we can move asteroids, basically, theoretically, with the technology we have right now. We could move asteroids, right? So what if we captured a couple asteroids, put them in orbit around the moon, and started nudging the moon, right? So this would work in a scenario where you have a two-planet solar system with two planets that have life. All right, we're gonna do squats. Most I've ever done is 50 at one time. I've never really tried to do too many more. I got 100 push-ups. I don't even know if 100 squats is a reasonable thing. I guess we'll just go to failure, a minute and a half, right? We're doing these time things today instead of reps and breaths. Ooh. All right. 1, 2, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 30 seconds. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 60. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Ooh. Ooh. 73. Maybe 74. Probably 73. 73. I gotta think the Yingling helped with that one. Same that thing. Got some carbs. You know, a lot of vitamins and minerals in there too. Them Yinglings. Whew. Plank pose. So we capture the moon. Well, we capture the asteroids, right? Capture a bunch of asteroids with some satellites. They're talking about it, you know, in case we ever need to do it, how to do it. You know, we're pretty close to theoretically being able to capture an asteroid with a satellite, right? So if we can capture one asteroid with a satellite, I don't see why we can't capture 1,000 asteroids with a satellite. And if we can capture 1,000 asteroids with a satellite, I don't see why we can't start moving the moon around. Right? Same thing. So, if there's a solar system, right, where there's life on Mars and there's life on Earth, there's 2 planets. These guys are eventually going to discover telescopes. You know, maybe around the same time. Something. I don't know. But let's say they do. Let's say they discover telescopes around the same time, see each other, right? Well, there'll be an instant space race or arms race of some sort. So, you know, I gotta think if there was life on Mars and they were developing nukes, or even if they just got like their first machine gun, 6-shooter or something, right? And we saw it, we're like, oh shit, these guys got 6-shooters, right? Well, let's throw the moon at them. Let's fuck these guys. We'll throw the moon at them, right? But Mars has 2 moons and they're smaller, so they're easier to throw, and they got 2. But ours is huge. So if they see our huge moon, you know, coming at them, they just got a 6-shooter, they don't even have nukes yet, and they see that we're sending our moon at them, you know, it'll inspire them to develop some new technology. And now, what you'll have, I think, is like a big game of volleyball, where we capture the moon, we're throwing it at them, then they develop some technology and they capture the moon, and they're whipping it back at us, and it's this fucking game of volleyball that develops, and you know, eventually our technologies will probably be so good that nobody's even threatened by it anymore, and it's like a fun tradition. It'll be like a holiday, you know, some sort of, they'll celebrate it once a year. You know, the 2 planets will come together, maybe on the moon, and have like Thanksgiving, you know, on the moon, because we inspired each other. 30 seconds here. We inspired each other's entire space programs. You know, we wanted to take them out before they got too much more advanced than 6-shooters, and then they had to do something because we were throwing our moon at them. And 1,000 years of that volleyball game, we come to mutual understanding. Nobody's even threatened by this anymore. We have such crazy technology. Just could develop a black hole. I can suck it up right out. Whew. One of us could just throw a black hole at it, make it disappear. Something after 1,000 years, Probably, I don't know. One more plank here. One more plank, a couple of stretches. That's it. That's all you gotta do. This every day, consistently. Give it as much effort as you can, and it'll really take you places. It'll really get you somewhere. You gotta do it every day. You can't come up with excuses. Whew. Reverse plank, last one. Give it all you got. So, interstellar Thanksgiving on the moon to celebrate volleyball. Yeah. Just like that, done 32 minutes of exercise. Where did time even go? Whew. 40 seconds. Come on, get those hips up. You're gonna squeeze into the triceps a little bit here too. Point the toes forward. Give it all you got here, 30 seconds. Squeeze the glutes, the hamstrings, lock out the knees. Fill that belly with air. 10. 3, 2, 1. All right. Whew. All right. We're gonna do a minute and a half of the other side stretch. We'll switch at 45 seconds. And then we'll do 45 seconds of hamstring and 45 seconds leaning back. You'll see. It's 2 more rounds. All right, cross the knees over. Lay back. All right, bring the knee to your chest. And then push it down to the side. Try to totally relax here. "45 seconds. Bring it in. Other side. Oh, there's a nice little crack. Ooh. We don't even need to clock for these last 2 here. I just want 5 good breaths forward, 5 good breaths back. And that'll be it. All right, good and stretched out into this one. All right, back. Remember with this one, sitting on your ankles, leaning back is fine. Sitting in between your ankles, leaning back is fine. Take your time and work into the way that I like to do it. No rush. All right. Thanks to everybody who made it through this training with me. I'll be back tomorrow.